Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to our platform and thank you so much for joining the platform today. So guys, today's video we will be talking about proof of funds to study in Finland. How much money you actually need in order to apply for your residence permit to Finland. Remember, you are not applying for the visa, you are rather applying for a residence permit to Finland. So I will give you the breakdown so you actually understand the things that you need to be doing and some other details that you need to put into consideration. First of all, understand that for you to be applying for a residence permit to Finland, you have to have gotten an admissions to study in a Finnish university. I hope this is clear. It's good that we clear this before we move forward. Now, to those of you who are asking me, Milton, I want to move using a job. How can I do it? I would like to draw your attention to the fact that moving abroad via a job is not going to be an easy task as you think. For those of you who are Cameroonians watching me, you should have seen a case of someone who was struggling to move to the UK. And the thing just went somehow. I don't want to overemphasize on that. So you have to be careful the way you do it. If you come to me for advice, like book an appointment with me, I will always tell you the easiest way to move abroad is through academics, because you would apply for your study permit or study visa, you go in, then you are going to be working part-time as well while you go to school. Then when you finish the studies, you can now enroll full-time and get what they call post-graduation work permit, which will permit you to look for a job and you work and you stay in that country maybe till you get your PR and citizenship. So always consider these things. The way people think about working permit, they think it's easy. For you to apply for a working visa or permit, you need to get an employment contract from an employer. Now, you need to ask yourself, what are my skills? What are my qualifications? Where I am, can I actually get this? Then you start applying for jobs. And again, please do not rely on this. I am saying this because I know what I'm talking about. Now, if you get an admissions to study in a Finnish university or a Finnish institution, you would be required to pay tuition fee. This is the standard. There are no two ways about it. As soon as you get admissions, you would be asked to pay the full tuition for that particular year or semester. Sometimes you may be lucky to get admissions. This is before now as I'm talking to you, because those that will be applying for visas or residence permits, let me put it this way, already got their admissions. And for you to get admissions, you need to apply for schools as early as possible. Admissions start in Finland every January, I think January 4th to like January 19th. Then after that admissions intake, after you've submitted everything online, you will now be called for an interview. After that, you will write an entrance exam for the interview. This is how Finland operates. But after you've gotten everything and you've been confirmed, you will have to pay first deposit. That one is clear. I hope those of you who are new on this platform, you watched that video I did a few days back about the new laws that the Finnish immigration want to bring into place. Please watch the video. If you haven't done so, watch it. Is going to help you. But now let's focus on the proof of funds. After you have paid your first tuition deposit to Finland, this is the money you need to have in your personal bank account or in your spouse's accounts, because you can only put the money in your account or you can have it in your spouse's account. And also remember that you can move to Finland with your spouse or your children or with your family. You understand? Now, if you are a student and you want to apply a loan, you don't want to take your family, you want to do it alone, note that the money you need in your personal bank account or your spouse's account, and remember, you have to show evidence that this person keeping the money is your spouse. A birth certificate will help you in that case, right? As a student, you need 6,720 euros in your personal bank account to actually apply for your residence permit. Now, this money should be around 4.5 million CFA francs Cameroon money. Then when you put this money in your account, remember you are applying from Nigeria. You will now go, all these details I'm giving you, you can find them on megri.fi. right, which is the Finnish immigration website. This money needs to be in your personal bank account as the student. You also need to show how you've got the money and every other document, right? So you have to put that into consideration. Now, that is for you. If you are moving to Finland with your spouse, and let me say yourself and your spouse, if just the two of you want to move to Finland, you will need to show an additional money for your spouse. That money is to prove that your spouse have money to take care of herself, or you have money to take care of your spouse. And the money your spouse need is 8,400 euros. Remember, yours as the student or the person who is going to be studying is 6,720. That of your spouse or any additional is 8,400. Because the monthly allowance you need to spend, or money you need to spend per month in Finland, is approximately 560 euros. Now you need to multiply that money for 1 month times 12, which will give you 6,720 for yourself. Then for your spouse is 700 euros per month. So now your spouse needs to multiply 700 by 20 by 12, which will give you 8,400. Now you sum the two, 8,400 and 6,720. You will see the total that will be in your bank account. This is in euros. You will now need to convert it to your own local currency. All right. I hope that is clear. Now, if you want to move with your children, let's assume that you are going with one child. If you want to take your child to Finland, all right, as an international student with your spouse, that's you, your spouse, and one child, that's your boy or your girl child. Your first child needs to show 6,000 euros. That is to say 500 times 12. That is the money they will spend for 12 months. That's 6,000 euros. The Finnish immigration wants to see that they have in possession of 6,000 euros. Then you add 6,000 now to yourself, to the money for you and your spouse. That is for the first child. But if you have 2 children and you want to move with them to Finland, the second child will need to show that he has 400 euros every month to spend on living expensive. That is to say 400 times 12, which 12 is 12 months, which is 1 year. So you will need to show that the second child has 4,800 euros. Then you add to the other figures you got before, right? So if you are moving with your 2 children to Finland, plus your spouse to Finland with yourself, making it a family of how many? 4. You need at least 25,920 euros. Now you can convert this money to your own local currency. So you now see that moving abroad is not that difficult. Well, it may be difficult because finance is involved. But if you look at Finland and other countries you can migrate abroad with family, I can say that Finland is not actually the cheapest. The cheapest should be Portugal, right? There is a video I did already, which if you pay attention to that video, you are going to understand a lot of things that are happening. You need a lot to prove that, all right? Let's say you want to move to Portugal with your spouse and your 2 children, making it a family of 4. You will spend less money than this amount. The videos are on this channel, so please check them in here. And of course, I am not talking about the requirements to apply for the residence permit to Finland. I'm not talking about the other money you spend to get admissions or what. We are only talking about the money you need in your bank account to apply for a residence permit. So please put all of these things into consideration. They are quite important, so that at the end of the day, you actually know what you are doing. Like I said, you have to convert to your own local currencies to know how much you actually need. In another video, I'm going to elaborate more on Portugal. And there is somebody who got a study visa to move to Portugal. He applied to the University of Minho. So we are saying congratulations to him. He equally asked me to explain to my audience, to give some details to my audience, which you are going to find on this channel. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Till we meet again in another one.